Should we start at the beginning?
Okay.
As a child, were you good at mathematics? Like, was mathematics a natural thing for you?
Yeah, it was very natural. And I always liked it. I liked counting. I liked continually multiplying things by 2, although by the time I got to 1,024 or whatever it is, I had enough of it. But I liked math. I discovered as a very young kid, maybe 4, something called Zeno's paradox. Did you ever hear of Zeno's paradox? My father told me that the car could run out of gas. And I was disturbed by that notion. It never occurred to me. But then I thought, well, it shouldn't run out. It could always use half of what it has, and then it could use half of that, and then half of that, and it could go on forever, and so it would never run out. So now, it didn't occur to me, yes, but it wouldn't get very far either. But the idea that, in principle, you didn't have to run out of gas was kind of a profound thought for a very little boy.
Did it feel like this was where your career was going to take you, or were you like another boy who dreamed of being a baseballer or something?
Oh, no. The only thing I thought about was I would be a mathematician, whatever exactly that meant. I didn't know quite what it meant, except that mathematics was the only subject I really liked. They wanted me to go to Berkeley and get away from MIT, meet some new faculty, because I was quite close to the MIT faculty, and they thought, I think they didn't want to get rid of me so much as they thought I was probably pretty good, so I should get exposed to a certain guy named Chern, who was just coming to Berkeley that year. And I got this very nice fellowship, and I went there. I was very eager to work with Chern, meet Chern, except he wasn't there. He celebrated his first year at Berkeley. He had just come to Berkeley, and he celebrated that first year by taking a sabbatical. So he wasn't there. So I worked with another guy, which was fine. And by the time Chern came, in the second year, I was already pretty far along with the thesis project. I was giving a seminar at the beginning of my second year at Berkeley, and in walked this tall Chinese guy. And I said to the guy next to me, "Who's that?" I said, "Oh, that's Chern." I said, "That's Chern?" I didn't know he was Chinese. I thought Chern was probably short for Chernowski or something, or he was probably some Polish guy who had shortened his name to Chern. If it had been Chen or Chan, I would have known it was Chinese, but Chern with the R, I didn't know. But anyway, so I met Chern then, and we became friends. Of course, I was much younger than he, but we became friends, and later collaborators. So we worked together, and we came up with these results, this whole structure. In fact, that's the slides of the presentation that Chern made at the International Congress in the early 70s. It was very nice geometry. I pushed on with it, and we defined some things called differential characters, which was another chapter, working with a guy named Cheeger. But the Chern-Simons invariance, about 10 years later, the physicists got a hold of it, and it seemed to be very good for what ailed them, or whatever might have ailed them. And it wasn't just string theory, as I subsequently developed. It was kind of all areas of physics, including condensed matter theory. Even some astronomers seem to want to look at those terms. That's really what's great about basic science, in this case mathematics. I mean, I didn't know any physics. It didn't occur to me that this material that Chern and I had developed would find use somewhere else altogether. This happens in basic science all the time, that one guy's discovery leads to someone else's invention and leads to another guy's machine.